Hey, SEGways!
My last upload was a Those Medi Mediums video reacting to Mackie and Amanda. Soon after that upload, one half of Those Medley Mediums, Riker, posted a response video to me. After watching this, it genuinely took me by surprise because it is very rare that I get a response video made with such class, articulation, and balance. Usually I just get people like the fam threatening to take my whole channel down, or Danny Moss demanding people to boycott me. Of all the people that have responded to my videos, this one hit me the hardest by far, mainly because the approach was handled so well. This is a 2-hour live stream, but I urge you all to go watch the video in full so you got all the context needed on what some of these important subject matters that Riker is talking about and how it has affected Riker. It probably goes without saying that you need to watch my video as well, which I'll link right here, so you really understand what's being said in this video. All of this context is very necessary. I will obviously be cutting out some of what is in this video, and there are points to be made that I won't be able to cover, because if I was to do this, it would end up being about as long as a Beardo drama video. So, since there is so much to talk about, I don't want to prolong this intro too much longer. Let's crack on.
Hi guys. Happy Saturday. I'm gonna sit and calm my nerves a bit because I have never done something to this extent before. If I see any hateful bullshit being spewed in this chat, whether it's at me, other people in chat, or even other content creators, you will get clapped immediately. That being said, if you also are a skeptic or someone who is coming from the recent video that was made, which we'll get into in a second, you are welcome here. You can ask questions, you can make comments. I ask that you are just respectful of me, everyone else in here, and everything else.
I don't think any reasonable person can disagree with Riker on this, so I want to make this perfectly clear myself, that I'm expecting the same level of respect in any of my comments on this video I am making right now.
But this is going to be a respectful discussion about recent events. This is not trying to drama bait, do whatever. I'm not interested in any of that shit. I just want to have a conversation on here.
I couldn't agree more. The debunking community has been drowning in drama of late, and I really, genuinely do not want this to be more drama baiting. I want this to be a productive video where we can all learn from our mistakes and find some common ground, so we can move forward in an adult, productive way. I am fucking over this non-stop drama, and I know I'm a part of that problem too, but I'm really trying to stop all that crap right now.
While Em and I were doing our gaming stream earlier today, we got a text from one of our friends who let us know that the side-eye guy made a video about us. Which, honestly, Em and I have talked about it, we were like, we knew that the side-eye guy was going to make a video about us at some point. Genuinely, we knew it was coming.
Am I that predictable?
Yes.
We are very, aware of how the mediums are viewed and talked about in the paranormal space. So we know that there is a large community, especially the debunking community side of the paranormal, that just absolutely do not like or trust psychic mediums. And I completely understand that, and I also want to make it clear where I understand where that skepticism and that distrust of mediums comes from. Full heart, truly.
That's a relief, because as much as I respect Riker's overall approach in this video, my opinions and views on mediums haven't changed whatsoever, because of course they haven't.
Before I found out I was a medium, I was someone myself who didn't trust mediums per se until I kind of learned more about mediumship, but we'll get into that as well.
Well, Riker has already shown more believability in our overall mediumship by saying that they were of an age where they were able to think critically about psychic mediums. Certainly more believable than Amanda's "I knew I was a medium before I could speak" nonsense.
I also have some notes.
Right here.
The side-eye guy made a video about us, and he posted a video about us today. And it's called "Two Psychics Accidentally Exposed the Bigger Frauds, Mackie and Amanda. This broke me." And it is going over a old video from ours of where Em and I were doing a reaction to Mackie and Amanda's investigation of the new house. It was something that was voted on by like members and stuff, so that's why we did it. And it wasn't necessarily just the video itself, it was a lot of the comments are what really got to me. But I wanted to talk about the things in the video first, to kind of like clear all of that up. One, we know that video is shit.
Damn, if only I got this level of honesty and self-reflection from Ghost Theory.
Like, we don't do reaction videos like that anymore because
reaction channels are the lowest of the low.
we want it to be known for our investigations rather than our reactions. We don't enjoy it. We want to be known for things other than reactions, but it was on this reaction, so...
I'm just going to quickly add in here that if you guys want to check out those Medley Medium's more recent videos, you know, the non-reaction videos, they're right here. Check them out and judge for yourself. Obviously, I was very critical of their reaction of Mackie and Amanda. Dick. But if Riker can admit that this was not a good video, then maybe it's only fair that we go check out their content that they're more proud of.
There's some things that are kind of being talked about, especially in the comments, that I don't necessarily agree with. The first thing I want to talk about, and I understand, and this is not me like being mad at the side-eye guy for it, because I know that he pretty much does not know this. I am non-binary. I am not a woman. I do not identify as a woman. I am non-binary. I go by they, them pronouns. So I understand that most people do not know this, and I am not necessarily upset that I am being misgendered throughout the whole video and all of the comments, because most of these people do not know, and I completely understand that. But it does suck as a non-binary person to constantly be misgendered in this space. I already feel like there's a big lack of queer representation in the paranormal, especially I'm half black, so black queer representation is already so hard to find everywhere, but especially in the paranormal, it is so difficult. So it does hurt a little inside that I'm constantly being misgendered, but again, I don't put the blame on the side-eye guy for that.
That's fair. I had no idea. But now that I am aware, I'll make the effort to refer to you in your preferred pronouns. I hope others will give Riker the same level of courtesy in the comments. As Riker goes on, some twat comes into the live stream and asks what's between Riker's legs. And as childish and inappropriate as this clearly is, Riker did get some good jabs in there, which I appreciate.
Why do you care what's between my legs? Unless you're like upset that like my dick is gonna be bigger than yours.
Wow, right in the kisser.
I don't think that that is a direct reflection of like side-eye guy's community. I want to make that clear. I don't think that person is a reflection of his community.
Better not be.
I'm on testosterone. My vocal cords are physically changing. I hate it. Don't worry. I'm waiting for the day where I don't have voice cracks and sound like a 12-year-old boy.
Honestly, I didn't even really notice the whole vocal fry thing. I've got to listen real hard to pick anything like that up.
There's also people making lots of comments about us being monotone, which we get a lot in when other people make videos about us. Which is also just so frustrating because I'm like, we are autistic. So sometimes, yeah, we're not like over enthusiastic, but it's just, it's so confusing for me because I watch videos where people shit on Sam and Colby or Twin Paranormal or even Ghost Clip Paranormal, other channels that are too like, what's up, and like all hype and whatever. And they're like, wow, these guys are so obnoxious. I hate them, blah, 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 blah. And then they look at us and they're like, wow, these guys are so monotone and so boring. And I'm like,
Okay, yeah, you got me here too, Riker. You're not wrong. I guess it isn't easy finding that middle ground between cheesy, over-enthusiastic YouTube performance and being monotone.
I have seen, there is somebody in the comments, their name is like Lilith something, who has been defending us about being autistic. Thank you if you watch this.
I found the comment, and thank you, Lilith99, for saying this. I also had no idea that Em and Riker are autistic.
And I'm not trying to use like us being autistic as an excuse of like, you can't talk about us because we're autistic. That's not what I'm saying. You can make videos about us. We're not going to like copyright claim you. We're not going to like do any of that.
I like this one.
I'm fine with not liking the content and even critiquing the content, but like my mom just said, personal attacks is where it becomes an issue, and it's not necessarily in the video itself that these personal attacks are. I actually think that the side-eye guy was focused more on Mackie and Amanda than us. I know that he talks about us being boring and dragging on and us talking slow and monotone. Whatever. I don't really care about that. But the comments, like, kill me.
And here we get to the meat of the video. I have talked at length about not leaving negative comments before. All you gotta do is watch previous videos I made about Colin of the Paranormal Files right here, and the current flavour of the month, Andrew from Proving Demons. In these videos, I ask people to stop being mean about their personal appearance. I don't agree with it. And for those of you who are regulars to my channel, you will know in many of my other videos, I ask people not to leave personal attacks in the comments. And I'm gonna ask you for this yet again today. I think I might need to explain something here. For what I'm about to say, I think most of you realise that this goes without saying, but just in case, I want to elaborate on my sense of humour.
No one cares!
I grew up watching sitcoms like Fawlty Towers. I laugh my ass off when John Cleese loses his mind and gets so worked up.
Gonna give you a damn good thrashing!
I love Rick and Morty, The Young Ones, Peep Show, where these characters kind of hate each other and get really angry about it. For me, I've always found this type of humour really, really funny. And I try and bring this tone to some of my work where I get really, really angry and worked up while watching some of these ghost hunting videos. But it is a joke. It's greatly exaggerated. Sure, there's an element of truth behind it, but if I was really this angry, I'd just switch the fucking thing off. And I think some, and I've got to emphasize that, some people watching my videos hear how worked up I get and think that gives them a green light to say nasty shit. And for all the videos that I've made making fun of Mackie and Amanda, when I heard that Mackie was going through some shit, I commented on her video wishing her well. This was over 3 months ago now. I'm not showing this to be like, oh look at me, I'm such a good person. I'm just trying to explain to people that I'm aware that there is a real person watching these videos that I make of them, and I just want the people who write the nasty comments to realise that there is a reasonable chance that the person you are making that comment about will read it. Much like what Riker says, I think it is perfectly fine to criticise the content, to criticise the claims and to criticise what is said in the video, but we should all be able to draw a line when it comes to the personal stuff.
There's also was talking about us being friends with Mackie and Amanda, so we know things about them, yada yada. If I could go, and this might upset some people and I'm sorry, but if I could go back in time to not collab with Mackie and Amanda, I would.
I can't blame you. I'd like nothing more than go back in time and never watch a Mackie and Amanda video. Yes, I'm allowed to still make jokes.
It's not because of them as people, but it has felt like all of the negativity that we have gotten has been because we happened to like collab with Mackie and Amanda.
That collab should have been punishment enough. Okay, back to serious time.
People might not believe this. I genuinely know nothing about Mackie and Amanda besides the first time meeting them and the like few videos of theirs that I've watched. I haven't watched all of their content. I don't know everything about them. I didn't know that Amanda, like the whole demon in Amanda's house, his name's Jay or something. I knew nothing about that. Truly, I knew nothing.
I didn't know that either. Amanda lived with a demon called Jay. Not the most demon sounding of names, really, is it? Jay.
Em and I say in that video that we see a man on the couch and Amanda doesn't see the man on the couch while he's there. So people aren't understanding that. We think everyone is a medium. Honestly, if you talk to any medium, it is very common for them to say that they might not see something the other medium sees.
As much as I like the way Riker conducts themselves in this video, we're just never going to see eye to eye about the medium stuff, so let's just skip ahead.
I also want to, because I know that we might get comments about this. If you're watching this and you're about to type, well, why don't you take the Center for Inquiry challenge? We actually looked into this. We looked into the whole challenge for the $500,000. The problem is they will only test you if you claim to have some like crazy gift like telekinesis or like healing abilities. They will not test you if you just claim that you can talk to spirit because it can't be proven.
Hey there. So I'm here to give you a little bit more information on the CFIIG $500,000 challenge as it applies to mediums, because I guess there's a question of how mediums can be tested, or that they can't be tested by this challenge, because the claim is usually about, I talk to spirits and they can't test for that. Well, the thing is that we can. It just takes a little bit of back and forth conversation, a little bit of working out the details. So basically, if you claim to have a superpower, like talking to dead people, for instance, then you can fill out the application for the CFIIG $500,000 challenge, and you supply details on exactly what you can do. We're not dealing in vague statements here, or very general kind of superpowers, like I can get this kind of message, like maybe this is your father or your grandfather or something like that. We deal in specifics. So say that you can talk to spirits. We want to know how. Like, how does that happen? And specifically, can you hear them just like you're hearing me now? Are you talking to them like it's a two-way conversation with a living person rather than a dead person? And if so, then can they relay messages to you? As in, if we put a message on a piece of paper in a separate room from where the medium is, can they go into that room, read the message, come back to you and say, oh, it says this? Or if you have this ability where you can see spirits, just like you're looking at me, like you see me as solid as can be, pretty solid. But if you can see spirits like this, then you should be able to count how many fingers they're holding up. So if we go into another room and say, hey, George the spirit, can you hold up 3 fingers this time? Can you hold up 5 fingers this time? Can you hold up, 9 fingers this time? And then go tell the other person, go in front of that psychic or medium and say, oh, it's this many, and have them count and give us the number. These are little tests that we can do to see if you actually have a superpower of talking to spirits. So it's not that the CFIIG can't test psychics and mediums. It's that we need specifics. We can't just deal in vague statements. Okay, so if you apply, just give us the details. Tell us exactly what is going on, what you can do, what can be done. And we will put together a test that's fair and objective to test those abilities. So there you go. Hope that helped you out, Seg, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Never stop learning.
So, getting Kenny to record this little clip for me isn't a gotcha moment. I genuinely want someone to prove me wrong about the medium stuff. And if Riker or M or even Amanda can prove me wrong and claim the money, keep it for yourself or give it to charity, whatever you want, that would be amazing, and I really hope you can do it. So I asked Kenny to clear a few things up so you're not discouraged from trying to do this test. All I just say is if you do it and you win, I want 10%.
Just, again, tangent. This is all over the place, so if you're watching this and trying to make a video on this, again, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of word vomiting.
Don't worry about it. You're doing way better than the fam.
There is a comment under SEGways video where where someone says that I'm built like a refrigerator.
I have since deleted this comment. The problem here is that regulars to my channel and my moderators will know full well that I'm all for free speech. I'm a bit of a free speech enthusiast. I don't like deleting comments, but now I think I've realised that I've got to the point where this just isn't practical for YouTube. I'm happy for anyone to criticise me. Say what you want about me, and since I'm the one starting the conflict, I'm the one drawing first blood, if you will, I'm fine with getting any kind of backlash. It just kind of comes with the territory of being a debunking, roasting comedy type channel. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll still defend myself, but as long as I don't get any death threats or anything about my family, have at it. I'm not going to delete the comments, say what you want. But I cannot have this same approach towards the people I actually make my videos about. So I will have to start deleting the more toxic comments.
I don't care if you are like, oh, you're a fake medium, but why are you making personal attacks against me and my weight, or the way that I sound, or the way that I look? You're not debunking or criticizing the content. You're just making fun of me, that I have to just accept being treated horribly by people and have to get horrible comments about my voice, the way that I speak, the way that I look, making comments about my weight, my eyes, everything, my haircut. That's just mean.
I'm going to be leaving Riker's livestream here, but I still got a lot to say. Later in the live, Riker reads out some comments that they received from my video, and it's not a very easy watch. They do make Riker cry. Riker also talks about some more personal issues that they've been dealing with, and I don't feel like it's my place to talk about that. If you wish to see how my video impacts Riker in full, like I said earlier, please go watch the original video. And if anyone leaves any nasty comments in that video, I do not want you coming back over to my channel. The big reason I wanted to make this video is because I think all of us need to start taking accountability for what is actually happening within the debunking community. Myself very much included here. I love making these videos. I love the community that have been drawn to my channel and that I've helped build since my time starting YouTube. Those of you who join my live streams will know full well that it's full of laughs and positivity. People come in, share parts of their lives that they're struggling with, and they are met with overwhelming support. And I'm so fucking proud that that is something we've been able to build. I had Ian from Midwest Ghost Hunter in a recent live stream, and he was met with nothing but positivity. He was welcomed in there and people really enjoyed that live stream. I do not believe it is the majority of the debunking community that are toxic, but I think we are doing ourselves and the people that I make videos about a real injustice if we stick our heads in the sand and pretend that it's not an issue at all within our community. Even if it is a minority, it is a nasty side that we need to stamp out. And we need to take accountability that there is an issue here. In the past, I've heard other debunkers say that the community is not toxic at all. And it just simply isn't true. It may well be a vocal minority, but it is still happening consistent enough that it's becoming a real issue. And I think deflecting and ignoring these criticisms isn't doing justice to anybody. I'm not going to be putting the blame on anyone else without looking at what I can do differently. I am also going to take full accountability of what is happening here. I've already reached out to Em and Riker privately and told them that I'm going to try my best to be making improvements. I talked to my moderators recently, explained that I was wrong with my stance on not deleting comments. They understand that we will have to be policing the comments more regularly in order to protect others. I'm going to create a little disclaimer at the start of each of my videos to remind my viewers to please be respectful in the comments. You would have actually seen it at the beginning of this video you're watching now. I'm also, obviously, addressing the whole thing right now in this video. Like I have already said and Riker has clearly said, commenting and criticizing the claims of the actual content itself is fine. Even making jokes about the content I'm reacting to is perfectly fine. But we can leave the personal shit out of it, because this does keep happening and it reflects really badly on me and the community as a whole. And I want us to do better. I don't want to censor my content. I love making the videos as they are. And I don't want to restrict the jokes I make, because I know that my content has helped others. I get DMs all the time telling me how much my content has helped them get through some difficult times. And again, this is something I'm so proud of. So please, SEGways, all of you, meet me halfway here, and we've all got to do our best to stamp the toxic shit out. If you see someone being toxic in the comments, call them out. Tell them it's not on, and myself or a moderator will flag this and will take appropriate action. You may not agree with Riker's medium stuff, but they deserve credit for being brave enough to address this issue. This couldn't have been an easy video for Riker to make. So, I don't want to preach on any longer than this, I just had to get my say out on this matter. I hope everyone watching can interpret this as an important, positive video and not more shit-slinging drama bullshit. So, with all that being said everyone, ta very much, cheerio.